Today, we are going on a no troops challenge in Champion 1, the most competitive league in CWL, and trust me, this is going to be pretty hard because the Champion 1 is filled with the best players and the strongest bases in the world. And if unfortunately the no troop attacks fail, I will have to recover it back to a 3-star using the least housing space of troops in this army camp, so we can still triple the base with less troops. Let's see if this base can survive with no troops. So now here's the plan. First, use Queen Giant Arrow and a Rocket Backpack to destroy everything on the line. And then the Dragon Dude will fly onto the top side and clear everything on the top side. After that, we'll then go with the Queen, Fireball on that Air Sweeper to remove everything onto the race tower area, so we can get a good Queen Warden Wall pathing around the outside of the base. Finally, King with Angry Jelly and Stickers jump into the race tower area on the left hand side, and we can easily clear all the bases with no troops. So now let's see if this plan works or not. So now let's deploy the Earthquake and then the Dragon Duke. We don't need to Earthquake on the Monolith, just use the Skeleton so we can destroy all of them. And we also delay the Queen ability, because if we use the Queen ability too early, then the Monolith will die too early. Then the Dragon Duke, he might fly onto the outside because there is no building to target anymore. And now we just deploy the Warden. After we clear that multi-archer tower, then we can start set up the fireball onto the race tower on the right hand side. So maybe right now, just 1, 2, 3 invisibility, fireball, get everything onto the race tower area. And since we just removed the side damage into the core, now we got the good Queen and Warden Wall pathing on the outside. And what's even more impressive is that the Dragon Duke, he is gonna fly into the race tower area. I just planned it to deal with it with the King, but now the Dragon Duke just trigger the race tower and deal half of the race tower area. That's pretty good bonus. And after that, the Queen is very low. Maybe let's drop the totem to distract the Expo. And we don't have to drop the King right away. If we drop the King too early, then he will take most of the damage and I will have to use some spell to protect him. So that's why I'm still waiting until the Queen and the Warden is gonna tanking for the Expo and the Ricochet Cannon on the bottom side. That's when we send the King into the core. In this way, we remove the damage from the bottom side, so now the King is tanking less damage. That's the basic concept of a good tanking and the synchronization of the heroes. And with the good plan and execution, we are able to crush this base with no troops in the army camp. And there are still 2 spells left, is a triple for sure. But don't be too happy, here is a bad news. I did the same challenge in my Town Hall 70 account. This time, no troops attack failed, and even with troops, I still not able to recover it back. It's a fail, so I have been kicked out of CWL this month. RIP Lewis, I have to start off your Town Hall 70 account for Parajo, then RIP the YouTube video, ahaha, it was worth a try. So from now on, we have to be more carefully. If you find no troop attack fails, then you should drop your troops in your army camp right away to recover it back to a triple. If you're hesitant, then you will get a fail like this. So now, let's dive into another base. And here's the plan. First, Dragon Dude deploy on the top side, Rocket Backpack and a Giant Arrow for everything in the core. Second, drag the Infus to redirect the Dragon Duke into the multi-inferno tower in the core, so now the Dragon Duke can deal with the double multi-inferno, the long shot, and both heroes. Then we can deploy the Warden with the Queen and Fireball onto the Expo to get rid of the left-hand side area, especially the Monolith. The Monolith is not reachable by both the Queen and the Warden, so we need to remove that to reduce the side damage. And then we can just path the warden and queen on the outside of the base. Finally, revive on the dragon duke so that the dragon duke will clear the right side remaining area. The king is used to support the warden, queen, and the duke, but if everything goes fine, then we don't even need the king in this attack. Then that would be a 3-hero attack. So now let's drop some earthquake, and then the dragon duke, queen giant arrow to get everything on the line. And then the dragon duke is pathing onto the right hand side, so let's drop a infest on the right to redirect the dragon duke into the core of the base. However, the Tesla just popped, but that's okay, that's why we bring the second infest spell. And no way, the second Tesla popped. So now the dragon duke is not going into the town hall area, nobody deal with the town hall area. Now we might go into the recovery mode. Let's drop the king to support the queen and the warden. The healers are already dead, and we might use the firebolt just onto the core, so we can protect the warden from the infernal towers. But the problem is that now nobody can deal with the monolith. The king, queen, and the warden, they didn't have any access to the monolith. Let's freeze on the monolith again. And still nobody can deal with the monolith. Maybe we should send some troops. Send the infernal dragon still not gonna go into the monolith. Drop the last infest spell on the warden to protect him. We are using our spells. And finally the infernal dragon go back to the monolith. And oh wait, the monolith was only 1 health, and we got 1 earthquake. Why not just earthquake on the monolith? So we don't need to use those Atrox troops and spells. But anyway, let's revive the dragon duke. And should I use some rockets for the air defense, since the dragon duke is not going onto the air defense? Maybe let's drop some rockets just for safe to protect the duke's health, since there's still a long shot. It seems to be pretty scary to the dragon duke. Hopefully the dragon duke won't go to that long shot, please. No way, he still goes to long shots. Can we solo long shots? Wow, actually the dragon duke is so strong. You can solo a long shot very easily. And yeah, even the no troop attack fail is still a triple. We use 1 ice golem, 1 infernal dragon, and 4 rockets in this attack, which is 62 housing space. Not a very good score, but I'll take it. Let's move on to the next attack, and here's the plan. First, giant arrow and rocket backpack to get everything in 1 line. And after we got the clan castle, now we are able to set at the flame flanner on the right hand side. Then, the dragon duke will fly onto the left hand side area and get the value and die right there. And we can deploy the warden with the queen. The queen and the warden will go around the base, and we can throw the fireball onto the raised tower area. After that, we can set at the funnel with a fireball for the dragon duke, so we can revive him again. And now the dragon duke after the revive spell will go into the town hall long shot, so we don't have to worry about that. And finally, drop the king on the remaining raised tower area to tend for the warden and the queen, and the space is gone. So now let's see if this plan works. Now let's earthquake onto the clan castle, rocket backpack, giant arrow to get rid of the clan castle on the right hand side. So now we can easily stay at the flame funnel without getting hit. But the problem is that this time the dragon duke is going onto the right hand side. We just expect him to go onto the left, but he is going onto the right. Don't worry, that's why we got the plan B. The plan B is that the dragon duke got everything on the right and revive him back to get the raised tower area on the right hand side, while we can just path the king onto the town hall area to get the long shots. That the queen and the warden can still be chilling at the outside. But oh wait, the queen and warden is gonna go into the core. Oh my god, so now the plan B also fails. We have to go on to the plan C. I don't know what the plan C is. Maybe let's just drop the king onto the outside to funnel for queen and the warden. So now we can path the queen and the warden onto the long shot. But the problem is the walls. There are so many layers of the walls. That means we have to invest a lot of time for Queen and the Warden walk into the long shot. Let's draw some skeleton spell and also a totem to help distract the long shots. But the problem is still the time. We still have 1 minute 30 seconds, but there are so many walls to beat with. Okay, now we are going on the first layer of the walls before we hit the long shots. The long shot is already hit my Warden pretty hard. Let's drop the Infest to protect the Warden. However, the Queen, the best wall break in the world, still struggling onto those max wall even with the Warden's regen. Supercell, we really need a wall break equipment for Queen to boost 100% of damage on the walls. If we have this equipment, then we can easily triple the space. And now finally, the Queen and the Warden get rid of everything in the core and they start to stack on another walls. And now there is still 44 seconds on the clock. Yeah, the Queen and the Warden still healthy, but look at the timer. It's gonna be a time fail. So the no-truth attack is failed. Let's drop some Inferno Dragon to speed up the cleanup. And also drop the Fireball onto the right hand side area. Let's drop some Rockets for the cleanup. The no-truth attack failed, but we are still able to recover it back with 2 Inferno Baby Dragon, 2 Rockets. It's 36 housing space in total. Then this is the end of the video. Like, subscribe, and comment below if you want to see more no-truth attack in CWL in higher league. Thanks for watching and goodbye.